Hello, I'm Ben Maracle. Welcome to Where Hollywood is Taken Seriously. Today, my guest, Steven Sevilla, and I will be reviewing Avengers Endgame, which is the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe film, also known as the MCU. This movie is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. I will warn you that this review contains major spoilers. Steven, what did you think?
I enjoyed it a lot. I was very, very pleased with the end product here, because I mean this is a very highly anticipated movie, especially for like fans of the Marvel movies like us, and I think it lived up to it. I was impressed. I was very impressed with this one, and I don't know. That's just like it's everything I could have wanted in this movie. I don't know if you feel the same way.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But there's like this movie, I don't know what it was. Well, you know what it was, because I mean, I like this stuff. But it was just, it felt good. It felt good watching it. I liked it. And it's 3 hours long. 3 hours and 2 minutes?
3 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Walked in it. Yeah.
It's, which, that's a long runtime. But it doesn't quite feel like that all the way through. There's a couple points where you can feel stuff's going on a little too long, like, for example, the time travel stuff.
Oh, that went on.
Yeah.
I mean, that went on and on.
I thought it was a fun kind of fan service type thing, you know, go back scenes from old movies, get the Infinity Stones. It did go on for too long.
Well, there was a purpose. That's the one thing, the going back to the other movies.
Yeah.
At least they had a purpose, and it wasn't just like, oh, we're just going to go back.
Yeah, they did. They needed to get the Infinity Stones and everything like that. And it was, I thought it was pretty good kind of mashup of scenes, but went on too long overall. And then special effects, though, very good. What do you think?
It's old. It's getting old.
The special effects are getting old?
Yeah, it's just,
well,
how many times do I have to sit through a fight after fight? And then, you know, next year there's going to be 3 more coming out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's the formula of the final battles, and almost all of them,
yeah,
that is getting old. It's getting old, and the formula of those battles is not an MCU formula. It has been used in movies before MCU.
Yeah. So it's a, you know, it's a common thing. It's this like the big final battle at the end of these movies. I do agree it gets old a little bit. For this movie it felt right. I thought it was a really, like the fight scene at the end where we have all these characters assembled to fight off against Thanos and his army and those weird things from Avengers 1. And it's this, because the movie has such a massive scale to it. It's this kind of the culmination of all the past MCU movies and all these years of like waiting for this moment, and this moment has to be huge. And that's why I thought the fight scene in this one was at that like grand scale, and it was huge, and it kind of served as a good conclusion to everything. Like it was very satisfying.
Well, I mean, it was a grand scale, and I mean, it concluded everything to a certain point, except for what's the deal with Steve Rogers in the past.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't stand that last scene, which is Chris Evans, that's what it was, yeah. Chris Evans dancing with that woman.
Yeah, Peggy
And
Carter.
that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't you like that scene, though?
It was just like, so you left me with a cliffhanger. End game.
Well,
that's in the title.
See, I wouldn't call that a cliffhanger, because that's more of just a kind of, you got closure to Steve Rogers' character. Like, he finally gets his dance with Peggy Carter, which is something he wasn't able to get because he sacrifices himself in the first Avenger. Since he goes back in time and decides to live out his life, he's able to get that dance, and that's just what that moment was trying to represent. I don't think it was trying to leave you on a cliffhanger. It was more of just, this is how this character ends.
So you don't think we're ever going to see that piece of footage in another movie?
I don't think so. I think that was just special for this movie.
Because sometimes in the previous ones, the secret scenes, some of them do actually show up in the next movie.
I don't think this one will be there. I think this one was just meant for Avengers Endgame, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that there was no secret scene except for the sound.
Yeah. I thought that was
brilliant.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was very... I've heard people say that sound is an homage to the first Iron Man in the sounds of him making his first suit.
Yes.
I've also heard people say that it's a new hero building a suit.
It's a new hero.
I would more likely go with the Iron Man 1 homage. I think that's better. But, I mean, I guess it could be anything. I don't know if they've confirmed what it was. But I had no problem with there not being an after. I actually thought it was better that there wasn't an after scene. Yeah. There was no need for anything after the fact.
It's true. The acting by Robert Downey Jr. Oscar nomination. Not considered, nomination.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I agree with that. I think he did a very good job, and he deserves an Oscar nom. Like, I think this was his kind of big special, like, last go out of Iron Man. Yeah, send off as Iron Man. And he did a very good job, and I think he does deserve an Oscar nomination for it.
Well, it's true. I mean, the acting that he did, I just don't know. I have not seen a performance by an actor in a comic book movie that good since Heath Ledger did the Joker in the 2008 movie, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And that's the same year Iron Man came out.
Yeah. I think, this is definitely, like, all around this movie has some of the best acting that comic book superhero movies have to offer. I mean, everybody is on their A game in this movie, especially Robert Downey Jr. So, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And I would assume you would say this is better than Infinity War.
Yeah, I think this one is. Yeah, I think it topped Infinity War. I think, yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I didn't think it topped.
Okay. Do you think it met it, or maybe a little bit under it?
I think we got what we got. We got an end, the end game. Could it have been better? Yes. But it didn't drag.
Definitely didn't drag.
It went... Well,
it doesn't...
No pun intended, but...
It doesn't really feel like a 3-hour movie. Like, there was no point where I was getting tired of it or getting bored of it. I was enjoying the movie. Like, it didn't overstay its welcome at all. I enjoyed it all the way through, despite, like, maybe some minor problems with scenes going on for too long with the time travel, but...
I did feel, though, that there were scenes at the end of the movie, I can't remember specifically which ones, that I thought, we could stop it now. Like, let's get to the funeral.
Okay.
Or wherever.
Okay, sure.
We're going to go with this.
Okay.
But it didn't go for so long where I was like, why am I sitting
here? It's not like an exhausting experience watching.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And The Dark Knight Rises... is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And that goes by just as fast as a 3-hour and 2-minute movie.
It's very... They did this... handled the runtime very well.
Yeah.
They gave us...
They had a plot.
Yeah, they had a plot. They had a point. They had a mission here. Make a movie that people love. They made a movie that people love. They did what they set out to do. So
it's true. It was entertaining. That is for sure.
Yeah.
It was too bad that we didn't get to see Nick Fury more often.
Yeah, I would have liked more Nick Fury because I love Nick Fury in the movies. At the same time, it didn't... I feel like maybe there could have been the possibility, if Nick Fury was in this movie, that it kind of offsets the movie a little bit. Because they already have this huge balancing act with all of these characters in it, and then they add Nick Fury in there. Maybe it wouldn't be a problem, maybe it would.
I don't see a problem.
As of right now, it wasn't a problem at all. He was just in there real quick. I don't really know what he would have been doing in other scenes in the movie, or like how much of an impact he would have had. So that's why I thought it was good that I wanted him there.
Right.
Like, he should be in this movie. And he was at the funeral, and I think that's kind of the perfect place for him, is kind of paying his respects.
Well, I mean, it was nice that he was there because everyone else was there.
Yeah, everybody else, yeah.
The question is, say they release a director's cut.
Uh-huh.
You wonder what scenes, if any, he was in were taken out.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
So, I don't know. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they made it. They could have filmed more with him and then just had him at the end. It'd be an interesting thing.
So, what's your final grade?
My final grade for Avengers Endgame is an A.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks.
I give Avengers Endgame a B-. Thanks for watching, and I hope you keep watching my future reviews. You can like Where Hollywood is Taken Seriously on Facebook. You can also email me at wherehollywoodistakenseriously@gmail.com with your thoughts and opinions on Avengers Endgame. And remember, this is where Hollywood is taken seriously.